Well, today was just a huge win for both families and the Constitution. The court held that excluding religious schools from Montana's school choice program was simply unconstitutional, and that free exercise means that you cannot discriminate against people just because they are religious. So this was really just a huge win for families, a huge win for school choice, and a huge win for the Constitution overall.
The important thing is that they're also a very lightweight solution on how to prevent disease. Previous to this, we've had these statewide lockdowns that have prevented most activities from even happening. But as we're trying to reopen the country, then what we can do is just wear a mask in crowded places where it's difficult to avoid contact with other people.
And the problem is they're not used to the pushback and the scrutiny on this. And they are, in many ways, sowing their own friction. So this is a kind of a moment for the world to see they don't even hold up their obligations to their own people. But we also see the Belt and Road Initiative, their vast economic promises not panning out. We see many other promises that they made not panning out. We find out that the massive human rights abuses, including sterilizing Uyghurs, mass concentration camps, slave labor camps. I think all these things are really creating friction in China's relationship with the world. And yet they still seem intent on the way to deal with that is to crack down even harder, but the more they crack down, the more friction they create.
All you have to do is look at the many cases, proven cases of absentee ballot fraud to understand that the problem with absentee or mail-in ballots is they are the ballots that are most vulnerable to fraud, to being stolen, and they also make voters the most vulnerable to intimidation and pressure, things that don't usually happen in a polling place.
Why would this particular season in our nation, and I think in the West more broadly, why would it be characterized by a lack of courage? I think it goes back to your earlier point. You disconnect yourself from the transcendent, from the eternal truths. Well then, what is the purpose of your life? Is it to win short-term political battles? Is it just about power? Or is it about living a noble, courageous, loving existence? It all goes back to what your anchor is for the soul. We've got to redirect our souls to the things that matter.